The fall season has slowly crept up on us, and it is finally here. Well, I guess you could say almost here, because currently where I'm at, located in the States, it's been cold in the morning and then it heats up to 70 to 80 degrees outside. Kind of like my client Steven said when I was training him yesterday. He said it's a fake fall. But they got me in the mood to make a fall designer fragrance list. We're going to be talking about 8 of them today. We got 2 honorable mentions. I couldn't leave them out when I hear the word fall. These are always going to be in my rotation. And then the other 8 got some new fragrances for the year 2025 and got some ones that still work to this day. They've been out for a few years and they still do wonders for what they're designed to do. Going to be talking about a whole other plethora of things as well in this video. Stay tuned. Starting off this designer list are the 2 honorable mentions, and I will say these are a higher tier fragrance for both on the price point. The 2 I'm going to be talking about here is Dior Sauvage Elixir, this bad boy here, and then Ombre Leather, the OG. I do have the Parfum. I haven't gave the Parfum too many wears. I got to give it another go, but back to these 2 scents. This one here, it's going to be your old school type of fragrance, kind of got that throwback feel to it. Spices, lavender, performance is crazy, longevity is crazy, sillage crazy on this one, and I can never get enough of Dior Sauvage Elixir when it comes to that fall and winter time. Very mature, very grown up. This is my vibe right here. So Dior Sauvage Elixir, definitely going to be heavy in the rotation. And then next one is Ombre Leather. This one here's got that black leather jacket vibe. Again, performance, 12 plus hours, longevity, excellent, sillage, excellent. And I will say, commenting on these 2, all the fragrances I have here today in the 8 that I really wanted to touch on, the performance is really good to beast mode overall. So I won't comment too much on them. Just know that the 8 fragrances and the 2 honorable mentions, they're all beast mode. Sillage is very nice to excellent to all of them. And then longevity is very nice to excellent as well. But back to this one a little bit more. Tom Ford's Ombre Leather. If you want a kind of nice leather scent that is well blended, it's not too screechy, got a little sweetness in here that's kind of alluring in a sense, definitely check out Tom Ford's Ombre Leather. Now let's hop to the first fragrance in the official designer fall fragrance list. First one up is a new release for the year 2025, and it is Lal Elixir Absolute. Little shout out to Lal Elixir. Really enjoy that one as well. But I wanted to give this one more wears, and when I first sprayed it on, I was like, okay, this is definitely going to be more geared towards that fall, wintertime type of fragrance. But imagine taking the Lal Elixir DNA and then throwing some fruits in it, making it a little bit more gourmandish. This is what you're going to get here. It's got some plum, got some tonka, got lavender in the fragrance as well, and then got a little cinnamon too. I get a lot of powderiness with this. The powderiness for me reminds me of Le Male Parfum, but the DNA goes more in line with the elixir. It's just if you want to throw a sweetie or kind of a more gourmandish and sweet type of plum in that DNA, make it a little bit more fruity, ramp that up, and this is what you're going to get here. Very enjoyable. I would even say it is a fragrance that is for a little bit more youthful than the elixir. I feel like the elixir, even though it's not, I don't think it's an official note, it's kind of got like more of a tobacco honeyed type of vibe, but this one kind of goes more into that fruity route. I feel like that one would be a little bit more mature than this one, but hey, anybody could wear these 2 fragrances. This one is just more fruit focused, more gourmand focused as well. And if you like your powder, you like your gourmands, and you like it kind of syrupy sweets with the fruitiness, definitely check out the Lal Elixir Absolute. Next one on the list is my favorite Spicebomb. I know they came out with a new release for the year 2025. Victor and Rolf did Metallic Musk, but I'm going with this one, Infrared EDP. This one is currently my favorite iteration in the Spicebomb line. And you know, I got to give a shout out to Spicebomb Extreme. That is a good one as well. but I'm going with this one. So in this fragrance, it's going to be woody, oriental, spicy. You're going to get a little sweetness as well. You got some woods. This has got some woody notes in it. Also, too, chili pepper, habanero pepper, and you are going to get a touch of cinnamon as well. And then this also has some other peppers as well. Or I think it's, to be exact, pink pepper. I think this is what's in the fragrance as well. But very spicy. This is going to be more for, if I had to compare it to the last fragrance we just talked about, Absolute, this is going to be for your more spicy lovers. Like the sweetness is reigned back, more spiciness. And that one's going to be more for your gourmand lovers. This one's going to be more for your spicy, sweet, woody lovers overall. Very enjoyable fragrance. This reminds me of Red Hots, the candy Red Hots. Even the OG did. The OG Infrared reminded me of that as well. But this is just ramped up. It's got better performance, better longevity, better sillage, everything in between. Checks all the boxes for me. And I just like smelling like red hot candy from time to time. That cinnamon, it gives it, I think that's what gives it the little bit of sweetness. But cinnamon sometimes can come off as spicy, so I think it ramps up like the chili and the red pepper, for example, in the scent overall. But if you're looking for a, like I mentioned with Lal Absolute, Lal Elixir Absolute, that was more of that kind of youthful vibe. I feel like this one would be a little bit more for that mature vibe overall with comparing the two fragrances between each other, but both are going to be heavy in the rotation for this fall for sure. So Spicebomb Infrared EDP. Next one is Prada Luna Rossa Black. Now, when you think of the Prada line, probably a lot of people think of ocean or carbon in the general population. When I think of Prada, I think of L'Homme, of course, and even this bad boy here, Prada Black. Prada Black is going to give you a similar vibe to Ombre Leather in the sense that when I wear this fragrance, it kind of gives off a leather vibe to me. It kind of reminds me of a person that wants to roll into a restaurant or a bar, kind of has a leather jacket on, maybe even leather pants on, and that's what kind of vibe I get off this. Kind of dark, mysterious. It's the same vibe I do get with Ombre Leather, kind of dark, mysterious, kind of sensual as well. Both kind of, I will say, with Ombre Leather, it kind of projects a little bit more than this one. Out of all the fragrances today, I would say this one is the one that doesn't project as well off my skin compared to the others. More sensual scent when it comes to this one here, but it does have some freshness off the top. You're going to get some bergamot, you got some amber. There's also as well, it's kind of a, I would say woody scent, and you also get a little sweetness. I would say a little freshness just because off the top when you first spray it on, it's the first 10 or 15 minutes, I do get that bergamot in this. This is going to be kind of an amber focused type of scent as well. The sweetness, I get a little bit of it. I get more of a woodiness out of this scent, more of a leather tone, more of an amber tone with this scent. And I do get a little spiciness as well overall with Prada Luna Rossa Black. This one would be an excellent choice for if you just want to change it up a little bit. There's not a lot on the market that smells like this one here, and it is kind of a different change of pace than all the ones I've currently talked about other than the honorable mention Ombre Leather overall. So Prada Luna Rossa Black. Next one, the final new release for the year 2025 on this list here. 2025, excuse me, tongue twister there, but Men Stella from Mugler. Brought back this line last year with Phantasm. Excellent choice. That one more in line with Pure Tonka. If any of you ever smelled that from the line, kind of more chocolatey vibe, more focused on that patchouli this line is known for. This one here, though, kind of gives a modern vibe to the OG. This one is more focused, kind of bringing that one back to life, I would say. This one's got some boozy aspects to it. Also, too, it's going to be a gourmand scent. You're going to get some coffee. You're going to get some pistachio, some woodiness as well, woody notes with this one. A little powdery, too, sweet, gourmand. But overall, this one, when I first sprayed it on, I was like, man, that coffee and that nuttiness just worked very well with the scent. And I was like, definitely want to get this one out more and more and spray it, but I was like, hey, it is a good performer, like I mentioned, but with the old one, the OG, if any of you smelled that one, you know how beastly that one is. So I was like, hey, I'll put this back in the box for a little bit. Only spray it a few times, and then once fall and winter time, give it more testing, give it more wears. But if you're looking for a modern take on the OG with a nuttiness, coffee, more of a coffee vibe, and then with that booziness kind of in there with a little sprinkle of tobacco, definitely check out Men Stella. Let's talk about this one next. Strong with You Absolutely, my favorite from the line, even on the special edition ones. As of now, nothing can really stand up to this for me. The Parfum just came out this year, but still prefer this one. This one's going to be your boozy take on that original DNA. It's still got that prominent chestnut note, but this adds some rum, got some vanilla in here, got some lavender as well, got some woods in it. But this is going to be a kind of like a gourmand in the sense of Lal Elixir Absolute. I would feel like with Men Stella, I was just talking about that one. That one's a little less gourmandish compared to this one and Lal Elixir Absolute. With this one, it kind of goes with that sweetness, that gourmand sweetness. Those two kind of have that. They don't smell the same, don't get me wrong, but the way the gourmand-esque feel comes across on both of the scents, that's what you're going to get with this one here, because especially with that chestnut and that vanilla. That vanilla is a very sweet vanilla in this one. And with the rum, you kind of imagine taking some chestnuts overall. It kind of reminds me of the holidays because the chestnuts in here, but not the point. Get some booze, rum, pour it all over those bad boys, and then get some vanilla extract, put it on there, and there you go. You got some boozy chestnuts with vanilla on there, give it a little sweetness. That's what this one reminds me of. Very addicting. I like to wear this one on dates. Strong with You Intensely, that's going to be the one that's more kind of pronounced. This one's more seductive in the sense. Kind of like with Prada Luna Rossa Black, it's going to want to bring people in, draw people in with these two scents compared to all the ones I've kind of touched on so far in the video today. This one's going to be more seductive, more close. It's still got good projecting, don't get me wrong. It's still got good longevity. It's not no slouch in that. But if you want that boozier take on the original DNA with a little bit more vanilla ramped up and that chestnut still prominent with a little amber, a little woods, definitely check out Strong with You Absolutely. Next one, from the House of Azzaro, the Most Wanted Parfum. Don't get me wrong, I really, really enjoy the Most Wanted Parfum, Eau de Parfum Intense, but I wanted to give this one its flowers because I really enjoy this one as well. If you ask me on a different day, I might go with the Eau de Parfum Intense, or I might go with the Parfum here. The Parfum, this one, it's kind of funny. It's sweet, woody, a little gourmandish, not much. This kind of reminds me of that gourmand feel you would get with Men Stella in the sense that you get that vibe with it, but you don't get too much of it overall. This one more focuses on that spiciness, the sweetness. It does have a little synthetic tones to this one as well, I would say. It's got free notes, it's got woods, it's got vanilla, and then it has got some red ginger. This one, it's kind of funny. It reminds me of a campsite. So in a sense that it is nighttime, you're kind of looking at the stars, you got some marshmallows roasting, maybe you're making some s'mores. This one reminds me of the campfire, especially with the glass here. It's kind of a weird feeling, but it's less gourmandish than the Eau de Parfum Intense. That one really kind of amps up that toffee note in it. This one's a little bit more focused on that spiciness. It gives me a nice warmth to it, kind of relating it to that fire overall. The Most Wanted Parfum definitely knocked out of the park with this one. They did release a new one this year. The Most Wanted, it's in the gold bottle. Elixir, yeah, the Most Wanted Elixir. That's the one. That's more of a leather-focused scent, but if you're focused on something with a little sweet, spicy, kind of more mature take on that DNA from the Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense, and you don't really like your leather notes, I would say if you do like your leather notes, check the Most Wanted Elixir out with that raspberry note. Does a good job, but this one here is not no slouch. Definitely more a mature take on that original DNA. Next one up is from the house of Givenchy, and this is Gentleman Reserve Privé. This one's gonna be a boozy, woody, spicy type of scent. Got a little creaminess in this one as well. It's got some notes of patchouli, and then for the boozy aspect it's got, it uses a Scotch whiskey. I'm not very good at telling the difference between, usually boozy scents like a rum, for example, or a Scotch whiskey, but I could really smell kind of the whiskey. This is a very, in my opinion, realistic whiskey note that they use in the scent here. And it also has some iris in it. You're going to get that prominent. That's what gives it the powderiness. And this has also got a little chestnut too. I don't pick up too much of it, but I do get a little dabble of it, a little sprinkle of it. And that patchouli, I get a little bit of that. And it's going to be really familiar the way they use that patchouli. It's going to be that kind of sweet patchouli, so chocolatey patchouli. And I will go back to Men Stella again. That's what this scent, kind of that patchouli they use in it. It reminds me of the same way they use Men Stella. Again, not the same fragrance, just how they use the notes, kind of put it together, kind of giving you that chocolatey vibe. I get that from this, and that's where I think the sweetness comes across with that chestnut. But this reminds me of a Scotch whiskey sitting at a bar with maybe having like like the bartender's making it, and then they kind of slide it to you on that bar thing, and on the bar, on the bar table, and they slide it to you and you catch it. That's what this one reminds me of. I don't know. It just reminds me of something slick, kind of mature, kind of somebody that is confident. That's what this one reminds me of. But if you want more of a powdery, boozy type of take with the sweetness still there, but a little bit reined back, Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. This is my favorite one from the OG line. I haven't tried the new release this year in the Gentleman Society line, which is Ombre. I want to check that one out, get my nose to it, but this one's going to have to do for this fall. Last but not least on this list is Boss Bottled Absolute. What a designer we have here, everybody. This one is going to remind some people, and even me, it reminds me of PDM's Carlisle. Kind of similar vibe, but the designer take on that. And this one is resinous, got some leather, got some woods. It does have some sweetness as well, definitely spicy. The spiciness is there. I would say the way this fragrance comes across, though, it has a suede leather in it as well. And then the way they use that patchouli in this scent, it is going to be more towards that resinous side of things. A little bit, it's going to give you a little sweetness as well, but this one is more focused on the kind of greener tinge that patchouli can give off from time to time. But this patchouli is prominent in this scent here, and it is so enjoyable. I get like an amber feel with it. I really enjoy how the resin kind of earthy tone mixes with that sweetness, and it has that spiciness kind of in there, and then that suede leather, how it comes across in this scent. It gives it a nice blend overall, and this one is very enjoyable. You know, I was really happy with the Elixir. I know I haven't tried out Triumph Elixir, but I was really happy with Boss Bottle Elixir. And then this one came out and did even better. And I was like, man, that is crazy. So if you want something kind of, I would say out of all the fragrances we talked about today, it would give you a different vibe, because I feel like this one focuses more on the spices and the resinous and kind of the earthy tones. And the patchouli, the only one I would say maybe has a little bit more of a patchouli focus is Men Stella, but that's just because that's what that Men line's known for. This one here uses it different though. You get differences, of course, how that patchouli note is being used. And with Boss Bottle Absolute, this one's a stunner. Kind of almost niche level in a sense, I guess you could say. Like I said, it is very similar to Carlisle, so it makes sense. But whatever blend they use with this did it nicely, really blended that leather, the other notes in the scent, and smoothed it out, made it a good balance in between everything. So the round the list off is Boss Bottle Absolute. There you got it, everybody. Those are my 8 fall designers for the year of 2025. Let me know in the comments down below what your fall designers are going to be this year. I'm very curious to hear if they differ from mine. Are you going to be wearing some of the fragrances I mentioned in the video? Let me know in the comments. Very eager to hear about that. But don't leave just yet, because at the end of the video, there will be a video that the algorithm thinks you need to watch from the channel, or there'll be my fragrance playlist where you could watch more reviews, first impression, fragrance challenges. The list goes on and on. I appreciate everybody sticking around this long throughout the video and spending a little time out of the day to learn about some fall fragrances. I hope you all stay healthy, be true, stay positive, take care.